Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the Collegiate Battlegrounds Association Sunday Games. My name is Airless Goose, and I am joined tonight by my esteemed co-host,
Gigabyte. What's up, everybody?
How are we all doing tonight? Welcome to the Diamond Division games. We will be bringing you guys very shortly, and then Emerald and Ruby later to come. But for now, let's go ahead and take a look at our Diamond Division, Powerhouse Division. A lot of powerhouse teams in here. In first place, we have Washington University with 423 points, a commanding lead over our second place, Ole Miss with 353. In third, Riverside with 340. Fourth place, Kennesaw State. Fifth place, Virginia Tech. Then we got Texas Tech, Penn State, UC Irvine, Georgia Southern, Texas, RIT, Auburn, Kansas State, Georgia Tech, NC State, Robert Morris, Oklahoma, Florida, Missouri, and finally we have Wisconsin. So a lot of really strong teams, a lot of upcoming teams, I'd like to think, in this Diamond Division.
Definitely our most upcoming team in here too. Kennesaw State coming off of a 4-win streak here in the last couple weeks. They've seen a meteoric rise due to that, and I want to see them compete by the end of the season, be competing with Washington for that top spot.
Honestly, the way they played, I think they already are right now. So it's all a matter of how they do tonight, and what they learned from last week, why they did so well, and if they can incorporate that same thing, that same style of play into their current games. So go ahead and taking a look at the current games right now. We have a south to north plane path veering ever so slightly eastward. You're going to see the usual spots being dropped. We got Yaz. We had military looking a little bit spicier than normal today, I'm not gonna lie. Oh, look at that. You got a little Stalver action, that maybe some Severny action as well.
Are we gonna see some Kameshki action?
Possibly, yeah. Looking like Patapon and Jeremy Ironboard are going over that way. But here
That's Penn State, yeah.
Looter, Team 18 and Team 10. Call Me Avian gonna go down from Robert Morris, engaging with Looter from UC Irvine. I'm gonna get him there. It'll be the first kill of the game, it appears to be. So yeah, interesting that Robert Morris and UC Irvine both decided to drop the factory. Not a really an interesting spot. Team 20 Georgia Tech, but
that's kind of out of characteristic for Robert Morris too, who has been more on the passive side this season.
Yeah. I mean, there was the one game in Factory that they played that they did really well and then won that. But other than that, I haven't really seen them playing super aggressive. But we are going to see Squall and Rudy and Ace as well. Going to go ahead and go down there. Looter going to get some great shots. Although Shabu is going to be the one to get it with the S12. Trickster going to get him out. Trickster going to get two of them out. Shadow One and Cootie Boo Boo. Going to go for the third, and is that it? Is that Team 18?
I think that's it for Robert Morris, yeah.
Wow, Robert Morris is going to go down right there to UC Irvine in the first engagement of the night.
Yeah, just got ripped to shreds, honestly. Did UC Irvine even lose anybody?
Nope, they down but not out.
Wow.
But that doesn't mean we're done there. We still have Georgia Tech and Kennesaw State. Oh, Kennesaw State may be the kind of team we're looking to see take over military. Now we have...
That circle is spicy.
That circle is very spicy. That is...
Ooh.
All right, call it. Military or not military?
I'm not going to make a call right now. Yeah, no.
That's rough.
No way.
Pochinki looking like Texas Austin, and RIT going to be in Pochinki, the usual standard 2-squad. UC Riverside going to be taking Rozhawk, though. Usually we get two teams there. Georgia Southern taking the flooded town, ruins, flooded house, whatever you want to call it, in the surrounding areas. A little bit spread out, but they're going to be able to regroup. But that circle is, we're going to see a lot of team. This is where your skill based comes in. Now you have 4 minutes basically. Once this or 4.5 around there. So whatever way it is, you have a pretty decent amount of time for when you see the circle to when you actually have to start moving. So then a lot of the skill based gameplay part of PUBG comes in. How am I going to react to this circle to put myself in a situation where I can most effectively win? Basically, it all boils down to is what can I do.
Yeah, these are the kinds of circles that separate the men from the boys. I mean, you can say, "Oh my God, I got effed by circle," all you want, but what determines how good of a player you are at this game is how you react to those circles that do F you.
Yep.
So it's like That's what you need to get good at, and you can't just. I mean, sure, a couple games you might say, okay, this circle really did just kind of screw me. So I mean,
and we've seen
there's not much you
examples
can
of
do
that.
about some of them.
Yeah, we've seen examples of that thing in like the very last circle where if one team gets it favored, then boom, they're done. And honestly, at that point, you know, it could have been anyone's game. But at the same time,
rip Cincinnati.
That crate. What?
What is a crate?
What? There's 3 items. There's not even.
It seems like a pathetic crate.
That was so sad. There's 3 items in that crate. I don't think I've seen 3 items.
And only 1 mag.
And one,
for the 249.
It's not even like a great gun. I mean, it's fine, but it's not like.
It's okay within 100 meters. It's okay.
Yeah, we saw Kennesaw State going to go for it. I believe they're going to be a little bit disappointed there. Again, the engagement between Texas Auburn and RIT right now going to be a little bit I don't.
Honestly, I might just be tempted to take the ammo and the med kit and then leave the 249 there.
Seriously, I've seen people do better with the M4. I love this, man, because you have people in Stallbur. You have Team 13. You have Penn State in Stallbur.
Oh, that's why Penn State dropped so late. Loki was he was AFK at the very beginning of the game, so they dropped really late. Are they playing with 3?
I think they may be playing with 3. He may have DC'd. I don't want to say for certain, but with a cursory glance at the island, I don't see it.
We do have engagements.
For Georgia Tech, Team 10 right now.
Georgia Tech. UC Irvine.
Here they go. At it now. We got Shadow 1C from UC Irvine. Great job with the AK. Actually going to get 3 of them there, and then Kunibu going to get the final one.
Wow, UC Irvine just proving.
Tech.
They're just proving that they own this military base here. That's the second whole team they've wiped. Yep. 8 kills already for UC Irvine.
That's solid. They brought themselves up 2 spots, and they have good loot. Nobody's dead in 2 engagements. They still have Kennesaw State to deal with, but they're not really in military proper. They went towards the southern end to get the crate. Yeah, look at them. They're over on the western end. Mm-hmm. So I don't think their engagement is not as likely with them as before previously thought. So anyway, yeah, this circle, I mean, it's just, we see RIT is going to make I see them trying to push in. They don't have a car, but they're going to move their way in now. But we have teams all the way up in Severny and Stallbur. So seeing how they want to contend with actually going into the zone at this point is going to be rough. So I'm seeing Texas Tech over in Yasnaya. Auburn, we see Robocope down there. They were in Severny.
And Auburn is down 1. Signite from UWash actually took out Boylad from Auburn. Mm-hmm. So, that's the fight we saw that we were just a little bit late to.
Yep. So yeah, this is very interesting. Signite is a little bit spread out. You could see them very kind of, you see, what do you call it? Signite is all the way to the right, and then actually Wise Diablo from, we just saw them go down right there. He's going to not have him falling. Okay, so it's not anybody sneaky over there.
Oh my, more falling deaths?
More falling deaths. Yeah.
Really, guys?
Hey, man, you know, there's so much stuff that happen.
I mean, it is one thing if you get hit by a car and then somehow die of falling like that, but you know.
Sometimes your ankles break, man. You know, can't
just
be helped.
Spontaneously broken ankles.
Yep. So yeah, Kennesaw State going to choose to take the western end. An interesting strategy outside the zone currently. As we see the first zone about to converge, or converging in currently. Riverside going to make their way over towards the farm area, the western end. Currently the path. Look at it. Anchor's actually from Auburn is really close to Wise Diablo, who went down. There might be, looks like, I want to call he's trailing them almost. He may just be trying to get back with his boys.
I'm not entirely sure, because these are 2 teams that were really spread out. This is Inkers from Auburn, who his teammate already had interaction with Signite from University of Washington, who is the other occupants of that car.
Yep. So, and then you see Platypus from UW as well going across the bridge to Roshawk, right above of Curly from Georgia Southern.
Looks like Inkers was trailing them, then decided to take his own path. I think he might actually just be trying to avoid them.
That's definitely especially because you're on a bike right now and you don't really want to be caught out on a bike. You're super easy. I know you can meme about the back of the buggy or whatnot, but the bike, you move faster, but at the same time you're super exposed. So even if somebody manages to peek out the window, that Dacia, like Wise Diablo right there, That would be a big yikes for Fingers right there. He could definitely go down as a result.
Yeah. More like just trying not to pass them and not to be, super, super in their sight.
Yep. You're taking shots at. We're looking at Washington right there, and Georgia Southern. Georgia Southern going to take some passing shots. Why is Diablo? Rest of UW. They still have to get in though. That zone's not going anywhere. It's actually coming towards them right about now, so they have to get in ASAP. I know it's the first zone, but getting caught out this early loses you a position where you should be at. Weffels, RIT, has found a boat. You see Riverside has found a boat. They're betting on military. I think the more I look at the zone, the more I am going to bet this is going to be a military island, although anything can happen.
I don't know. I've seen these zones end on farm quite a lot too, and those are hectic endings.
Those are, yeah, that would be a big yikes. Maybe RIT and
Passing
Riverside
shots.
Right now.
Oh, we can see boat battle. Oh, I want to see this so bad.
Hey, we've seen, oh yeah, you heard the shots being fired. I think that, yep, RIT taking shots at Riverside, but boat battles, we've seen one. I won't call it a boat battle. Remember, it was two teams, one-on-one. It was meeting up as soon as they got inside the zone. I think it was DeGrotto, actually, who won an engagement on a boat. Could be wrong.
I think so. Yeah. I remember that. Yep.
So it's, boat battles aren't terribly common, even in pubs, but, it's definitely interesting.
Those are some of the most fun to watch, too, like the boat battles or the vehicle-on-vehicle battles and stuff like that.
Yeah. Definitely. Yeah. Just because it's so hard to actually aim. Yep.
Yeah.
Getting confirmation. It was Sea Cucumber from UIUC, Urbana Champaign, and DeGrotto who ended up getting that shot off first.
Ah, okay.
Yep. So, Auburn down to two players. Big in Texas Tech right now inside the zone, but just barely. Signite from Washington going to get shot at a little bit here. He is alone in the Dacia.
Oh, that was not a good
Oh no, the car, Signite. Texas Tech to be claiming.
Oh.
Looking like Signite may be down right here. Yeah, that's it. Wattler gonna get with the vehicle explosion. What an unfortunate crash he had. He may have gotten away if he didn't hit that rock right there.
He was going to get away, but that rock just kind of said no.
The rock said no. Texas Tech taking some great shots. Is going to go ahead and get him.
Who put that rock there? Who put that rock there?
Yeah. Clean up after himself. Team 13. Penn State. Going inside the zone, looking like they're going to do the exact same thing. No? Oh, they stopped.
No. Yeah, they said. Well,
I guess I didn't really see a boat.
Wait. What are they doing? I'm not in touch.
Are they?
Oh no, they're looking on that crate out there.
Oh no.
Oh
that's
no.
Team 5. That's
a bad miss for Ole Miss. That's a bad position for them. Oh, shoot the boat. Shoot the boat. Just blow up the boat.
The boat doesn't have a terribly large amount of health, but Frisbee is going to get low right here. Agent defeat. Right behind the boat. Getting inside of that boat would be a little bit of a death trap for Ole Miss right now, even though they do have another one coming from behind. You can see them coming in from the left of your screen right now. Jeremy Ironboard trying to take those good shots on Agent Defeat. Are they going to be able to land them?
I don't think any of them had a sniper, otherwise that would have been at least one dead.
Yeah, especially because of how still they were standing. You saw Jeremy Ironboard.
Frisbee would have been dead.
Yeah, definitely. You see him bandage up right now. Actually, Wise Diablo from Washington as well is in a boat. We're going to see Anti-Knife and Ole Miss taking shots at them.
I think, is he with, he is with his teammates. Oh, please, boat combat. Please, I want to see it.
We are seeing it right now. You're going to get that, but I don't think anybody's going down, though. It's just so impossibly hard to shoot out of the boats.
Now I'm going to call mill base.
Yeah, now it's a mill base ending. You can see it because, it just has to be at this point.
Unless it shifts super hard, like super, super hard, it's a mill base.
There's a bridge, I think.
Don't curse us like
man,
that.
That would be. I would love to see that. Texas Austin still outside the zone. They're just trying to take a look. They appear to be the only one I'm looking at who are outside the zone currently. But RIT going to take a position on the south end of Military Island with Platypus and the rest of UW coming right alongside that coastline. You can see them in the middle of your screen right there. They are the little triangle and the two. So they may be veering around, though. It doesn't look like they're going to continue. They're going to beach on this side, maybe take that compound right in front of them, if that's in. I believe that's in. So, yeah, definitely an interesting position for a lot of these teams. Military endings tend to really depend on who gets military first because it's not anticipated that military is any Robocope are they camping bridge? I think
they are camping bridge.
Bridge is definitely a safe camp right now because if you get in position, they don't have to move across bridge, or some teams don't. But speaking of moving across, Georgia Southern, Curly 103 and Roboco's going to finally have an engagement right now. Nope. It's going to be a little bit late. Nope, Curly's going to get away right there. Going to let the rest of his team know, like Culpepper coming down right now, that there are boys towards the southern end. Roboco trying to take a single shot on Culpepper and the right now.
This is a very unusual strategy. We don't see many teams in CBA actually bridge camping, but I guess for teams like Auburn that are both down to 2 members and very, very, very split up across the map, this is a good way to get as much loot as you possibly can, as safely as you can.
Yep, definitely. Especially because bridge camp.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Yeah.
He can see Georgia Southern kind of turning around there and then he's smoking it out.
Smoke him out, trying to give himself a little bit of cover. Now he's going to try and drive away as he realizes his position may be compromised by Georgia Southern, who takes up the compound right outside of military.
Good decision making by Robocope there.
Yep, definitely. He got out while he could, and then especially because you have UC Riverside and Georgia Southern right there, right next to each other. So they can actually engage each other right now. I wouldn't doubt what's going on right there. Legolas.
He stuck back. He's looking for the one bridge camping.
Yeah, he may have. His team may have given the call that he saw the bridge camper go away. So he's just going to slowly make his way over there. Oh, possibly. We saw a little bit Diz and Team 14 from Missouri and Penn State right now. They're going to try and go on to Novo. Actually, look at Missouri right now. They're going to be getting on top of the shore.
I don't think Missouri knows Penn State's there.
I mean, they stopped in a suspicious spot where they might know, and they're getting out instead of going towards the shore. No, but
no one's looking over.
Yeah, you're looking at Divism right now, and he's looking left.
He might have caught somebody.
There he goes.
Somebody.
Does he see him there?
I don't think they saw anybody.
Even though I think some of them, the heads were above the water.
Yeah, but the contrast between the water and the heads is so similar that it's really hard to pick out heads in the water.
That's also very true. We have the luxury of seeing the yellow outline in terms of the observing, but at the same time, these guys don't. So it's possible we could see now that Penn State is beaching and they're on the shore, they could have the engagement set. As you can only see, they only have level 1 vests. Divism has a level 2 helmet, but at the same time, with the numbers and the fact that the rest of their team is kind of caught out behind in the southern end of Novo, could mean a bit. Yep, here it comes. Immediately caught out. Penn State taking some shots right now. Division getting super low. He's going to go down. He's going to get behind the corner, so he's in a good spot to get res, but this may be the push, and you see Jeremy Ironboard doing exactly that. He's going to go ahead and push up on this compound.
This is absolutely going to be a push. And these guys are in a very bad position considering their 2 teammates are still in the water.
Yeah, no, so it's going to look like Jeremy Ironboard pushing around on the right, and it's going to be a easy spray down for him right now. He's going to get 1, get 2. Finish him off, but the rest of Team 14 is now Missouri is going to be trying to get away. You can see them on the bottom of the screen as soon as they heard that engagement, but they are going to try and get away. Riverside and Georgia Southern now cutting back to the southern end of Bridge. Dango Dang from Riverside, scoping out that 2-story building. Looking at real NVM right now, trying to take those shots with Tricky India, who's inside the window. Nope. No.
These are just going to be some oh, wait.
It's definitely...
Wait, what?
No, Dango Dang right now.
Wait,
and
what?
What?
He hit him and did no damage.
Yeah, I thought you saw the little bit of blood there.
Yeah, he hit him and did no damage.
Interesting.
Hello?
Hello. Interesting. So, I mean, Legolas is doing an interesting strategy where he's a little bit more north. He's going to maybe try and get a flank, get a good angle onto Riverside now. You're definitely going to hear Old Miss, Team 5 come up. And then to the right of them, we have Washington. You have them a little bit towards the west. Looking at, yeah, Wum right now. There's a little bit Wise Diablo, actually. Frisbee from Old Miss going to catch him out. And looking like the last 2 remaining members of Washington are going to get away inside the zone. See them on the mini-map there, on the left end of the mini-map going right inside.
I don't know what Washington's been doing this whole game. They've just been split up almost the whole game. Someone has been on their own nearly the whole time. And, I think this is the first time we've seen Washington try that strategy. I can't think of any other time that they've done it. And it definitely doesn't work out well for CBA teams usually.
I mean, sometimes we've seen it to good effect because engagements can typically lead to the team not dying as a whole, but at the same time, you run this risk, and you've seen this happen exactly tonight. You've run the risk of having people just kind of get caught out and die, leaving you with less teams for the final engagement. By the way, speaking of less teams, we've had 13 teams for at least 2 zones now. We've had a couple of people die, but at the same time, 44 players with 13 teams. It's been a little bit of a light early game.
Yeah, I mean, for the circle, well, no, actually, it should have been like more chaotic for the circle. Yeah, we definitely should have seen more action at the very least.
Looking at action now, Age of Defeat and Dango Dang looking at each other. Riverside and Old Miss right now going down the hill. You're going to see the two types try and take some shots. Frisbee Dango not able to connect with those. Going to switch over to Scar. Pepper him down. What a great shot. Oh, no.
Oh, no. That was
Ironboard.
That was Penn State.
That was Penn State. Look at that in the kill feed. Jeremy Ironboard going to get him with the SKS. So, an interesting situation. Riverside now going to know where Penn State is in the general vicinity of the area. And Age of Defeat going to be left behind the tree. And I believe he's the last player on Ole Miss.
Yeah, he definitely is.
Yep. So he's in a rough spot right now. Definitely between a rock and a hard place. Or should I say a UCR and a Penn State. Yeah, you can see that. But they are. Look at Penn State. He's still outside the zone right now. So they do have to get in. Oh, no. Knive is still alive. He's just a little bit split. A lot of people split up. Defeat is up on the hill. And Knive is down in that compound right there. So you have 2 players left for Ole Miss. But it's hard to gauge when all these players are so split up.
Oh, no. He's not the only one. Anti-Knife is right here next to Penn State.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So let's see what happens here.
Oh no, Missouri still outside the zone. Yeah. Penn State, look over.
Penn State just gotta look over to see the Molotov floor, but Patapoon is gonna make it. He doesn't see him. He doesn't notice. Hasn't turned around yet. I think.
Oh
yeah, right
no.
Oh wow. Missouri. Jake with a great spray down. Not Jake from State Farm. Jake from Missouri. Iconfly gonna get a good spray down. Penn State just didn't see it. Fried Rice 24 gonna go down though. Age of Defeat from Ole Miss gonna go ahead and knock him out, and I believe 14. He has one.
Loki just died outside the play zone, so that's gonna be it for Penn State.
Yep. So wow, great push on Minnesota is gonna knock out Penn State right there. Lugo from UCR. Again, spotting outside, trying to find where these guys are. So they have all 4 players live, holding a compound towards the southeastern end of the zone.
By the way, Jake from State Farm, really?
Hey man.
I guess if I'm allowed to make bad puns, you are too.
Yeah. It happens. Fried Rice isn't down yet. Age of Defeat has a good read on, but there he goes. He's finally gonna get him. I Can Fly actually gonna get Anti-Knife as well in the so that's gonna be it for him. And then Age of Defeat now he's the last remaining member of Ole Miss. So looking at has the dinner plate as well. Maybe try and think he's a sniper, but he's gonna try and take the suppress shots on Age of Defeat. Pixel peek that headshot. He only has a holographic right there. The M16 is really good at long range. He's gonna go ahead and reload, re-peek, pop, 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 pop. Nope. He's just it's hard. This is a rough shot to hit, especially from the angle that he has. Doesn't have a lot of space to work with. And Age of Defeat, I think, knows this, but he is outside the zone, and this zone chunks, so he's gonna have to try and get in ASAP. And the I Can Fly Jake is as well gonna try and get in.
No, that's gonna cover him from UCR over there, but Mizzou is gonna know exactly where he is.
Yeah, Missouri is going to know because he's going to hear that smoke grenade go off. He's going to play a little bit more cautiously. You can see him checking all of his sides as he gets in here. Age of Defeat looking like it may be a little rough. He's going to go ahead and pop a first aid. It looked like, yep. Oh, does he know Jake is there? Oh, he does. He must have seen him out of the We're going to see the M24 shot take off. Not going to connect, though. That shot's going to alert him to Jake as he gets inside. He's going to try it again. Nope, a little bit far behind. He's going to switch. Nope. I'm going to try again.
Age of Defeat, missed.
Yeah. Oh, gosh. Oh, God. Okay. I'll take that one on the chin. 10 teams, 32 players left alive. We've seen 3 teams go down since I last mentioned it. Legolas from Georgia Southern taking a really good position on it. You see, actually, Texas Austin to his right in front of him. Holden is right there as well, but one of Texas Austin is still in the water. You see, actually, Georgia Southern taking a really good spread on that coastline, using that to their advantage, trying to check if nobody's behind them. One is going to go down in there. Shabu, Team 10. You see Irvine engage right now with Kennesaw State. With Caramel Man, Schlumkirk is going to be pushing down the hill right now. Kennesaw and Irvine going to be engaging. One of them's going to go down already. Schlumkirk taking those good shots. Shadow 1Z going to go down. Shabu going to go down. Sergeant Kappa. Those 2 out. Schlumkirk taking Shabu. Looking at the engage right there. Taking some shots down the hill. Kudzu. So he's going to retreat back. Reload. Sergeant Samurai going to go down. They're trying to make an aggressive play. Kappa as well, going to try and make the play happen. He's in a bush. He's going to go down as well, leaving Caramel Man and Schlong Fury alive with Boo as well. And Shabu is the last player over here that I can see on Irvine. No, Kudzu, actually, he wasn't dead. He was just no help.
Yeah, he was just very, very, very low. He definitely looked dead.
He looked dead to the observers here. And then you see team 17 over there, Oklahoma, actually holding a compound. Nades coming out from the Kennesaw State. Go and try and res their friend right now. Cuddy Boo is actually going to try and leave his boy right there. Maybe go for the push right now on Kennesaw State. He may be pushing through the smoke, using their smokes to their advantage, but doesn't know which smoke they're in. He's going to have to try. He's a little bit confused. He's going to run back down the hill. Caramel Man going to make the aggressive peek towards his left right now. He's going to try and see through the smoke. Once those dissipates, he may get an angle, but at that point, Kennesaw State may be able to find him and take him out, especially with the angle that he's holding right now. Shabu going to bleed out. Looks like more and more so. Kennesaw State.
If he tries and go back for Shavu, that's a very bad decision. He needs to try and just cut and run.
Yep,
Tactical retreat here.
Yep, Strong Fury going to go ahead and finally finish him off with the M4, leaving UC Irvine with one player left alive. And Kennesaw State actually got out of that engagement with no outs. They left with everything. They have all 4 players. Wow, what a great engagement out of Kennesaw State. They really played that, but they're going to run straight into RIT right now. We're going to see Sergeant Samurai with the 2 times taking a look at Weffels from RIT, who's going to get behind the rock, switching over gears to Freevan, who's going to take some shots, hit those, looking at Hershey and Kupta as well, who are behind the same tree. Sergeant Samurai landing some great shots, Freevan and Weffels. Look at that. Sergeant Samurai just has some really good taps on these guys. He's not able to take any down right now, but he's going to go. Oh, Sexy Caramel Man going to get Hershey with the SKS with a nice flank and a good angle. Sergeant Kappa getting Kupta with the Car 90K, leaving 2 alive for RIT. This is insane. Kappa going to push up to the rocket, looking at Weffels right now, and Freevan as well is going to push out the side, trying to get those dinks. Going to dink him down to about 25% of his health right now, but that's going to be rough. They can't really go res their friend right now, given the position that they're in. So the rock and the tree, or they have to look at Culpepper going to knock out Deku Senpai and Atten going to get Curly 1-3 and another as well. Weffels going to make an aggressive peek towards the left of the rock, but he's going to get punished for it as he goes right back in. Freevan as well, holding that.
Who knocked out Schlong?
Schlong Fury? Couldn't tell you.
Yeah.
I know he just went down there. It may have been Freevan who took the good shot. There's no other teams in the vicinity, so it was either Weffels or RIT. Looking at it now, Freevan actually going to go down. Sergeant Captain with Car 98K, leaving Weffels as the only player left alive. Actually going to get a spray down, going to go and finish him off. One of them down. We're going to look now. Anton, Team 17 from Oklahoma, spraying down Georgia Southern. Or Team 12, Real NVM. Last one for Georgia Southern right now. The rest of Team 17 switched gears. Oklahoma, Georgia Southern. He's going to have to get away right now. Curly 103 left alive. Culpepper down, but not out. But he's in a bad spot to get res. We're going to see the smokes come down from Georgia Southern here. And those shots, boom, boom, boom. Going to finally get Age of Defeat from Ole Miss. But Age of Defeat actually going to get Jake actually in revenge for his team with the frag grenade. Looking at him. Going to up the side by Hyanton. Going to have the spray down to be able to get Real NVM right there.
Yeah, he just didn't quite pick out the team member quick enough, and then he just paid for that.
I generally find that peeking up the hill like that is a rough situation, especially just having the higher ground in that, and not even to make the meme with the high ground, but just having is such a big advantage because you could be anywhere on the top of the hill, but looking down, you can see most of it.
It's in the art of war. Always have the high ground.
That is very true. Speaking of Art of War, you see Riverside showing us how the Art of War is in PlayerUnknown's Battleground, taking some shots at Texas Tech right now. Tricky Indian, JT right now, that is going to, the window proving to be a valorous foe in blocking those shots, going to turn back, check their back. I like that they do this. They shoot one direction, then Tricky Indian going to go check their back and see what Kennesaw State is actually behind right now. Them Lugo XC can hold a little bit of a forward compound. They do have to get inside as Team 17, as you see on the mini-map. Oklahoma is going to be able to get in. Sergeant Kappa going to be taking some fire. Tricky Indian only has the red dot, though. So it's going to be a little bit rough to hit those shots, but the rest of the team may now know, and they may have better scopes. UC Riverside actually all has 4 players left alive still. Important.
That was a very difficult pick out for Indian. I don't know. I would not have been able to pick him out and be able to see them clearly up there if I were him using only that red dot. That was a nice pick out for him.
No, absolutely. I mean, it just shows like kind of how good UCR is in their practice and everything. Bigum from Texas Tech looking now at Oklahoma. Team 17, Deku Senpai looking like he's going to go down right now. If Bigum, he can indeed land the shot. Texas Tech as well also has 4 players left alive in their squad, totaling 2 kills right now and guaranteed at least 5th place. Looking at Oklahoma right now, Bigum also going to take some shots behind the tree, left, right. Which way will he peek? Bigum just going to wait for this to happen. Here he was going to pull.
Cuddy Boo Boo just died, so we're now down to 4 teams.
4 teams as well, so they're guaranteed 4th at the very least. All of these teams, you know, this is actually a fair amount of teams A lot of these teams actually have so many players left. But Riverside and Texas Tech to be engaging right now. Tricky Indian is taking shots right now, but Bigham is looking a little bit low. We're looking at Wumwum, who's going to knock one out. Dango Dang going to go down as well. Shark going to be running right in the field. Bigham and Wattler a little bit low. JT is down right now. Looking at Wattler going to go down as well. We're going to Wumwum with a good peek. Volleyball going to get Sergeant Kappa from Kennesaw State, but looking at it, Wumwum now is going to push over the hill. See Shark is down there. He's going to take some shots. He's going to have to head in first aid up. Bigham and Shark still alive. Wattler down but not out. Frag Grenade going to go right to Wattler. And Lugo XD is going to go ahead and give some support to Wumwum as they have to get inside the zone right now. The zone is closing and the zone chunks right now. Bigham going to be taking some shots as well. Lugo XD going to get some great shots. Knock him out with the M16. Shark being the last player left alive. He's going to, he's going to cut his losses. Riverside may just dip right now. Lugo is going to get, yep, we saw them with the headshot, the M16.
They kind of just need to. Shark needs to move.
He needs to move and get inside the zone. He's not going to be able to res his boys there. He just needs to kind of snake boy his way in right here.
He might be able to pick up Bigham if Bigham can get in.
But every second we say this, he's not going to be able to. As the zone chunks really hard, and he's just going to go ahead and get in right now. But you see Oklahoma is in right now, and Riverside, and just put in a bad spot between a rock and a hard place. In Texas Tech going to finish with a respectable 4th place.
3 teams here. I believe we have Kennesaw, we have Oklahoma, and we have UC Riverside.
Yep, so definitely a bunch
of... the spray coming out from
Hampton with a nice, actually, M16 control. He's going to go ahead and first aid up right now, but a nice pick onto Wumwum. Going to really open up this engagement for these two guys, for these two teams, and be able to show where they are. I see the smokes come down out of Riverside. Anson going to make a push over to the left, going to bring out the Scar with the flash hider. You see that on the end. And now he's going to get a nice one. Good pick, and Dango Dang as well. Going to push it down the hill a little bit low right there. A little bit low. He's going to have to heal up. First aid again. But dang, Anton, really good stuff coming out of him tonight. You're going to see Westmore as well, who's going to look at Lugo. He's going to try and finish it. He's going to cover him. Lugo XC going to be really low, though. He's going to get... Dango as well, going to get one. Lugo going to get the other. Lugo has no right to be alive right there. Look how low he is. But Lop from behind.
Oh my God.
Lop can do it.
This flank
could be huge for Oklahoma right now. Does the peak Dango?
He needs to stop. He can't hesitate here. He needs to take the shots. He's going to get Lugo. Dang, turn around.
Here he goes. One. Dang's just got to turn around a little bit. Knows where he is. He's going to be in a snake boy, but Oklahoma is unfortunately going to go out there. That was super close. Wait, when did Kennesaw only have one?
I believe they got into an engagement with Oklahoma there, and Oklahoma took them down a bit.
Oh, wow. So it's a 1v4 right now with
Riverside. Wow, UC Riverside super hurt right now, though.
They got
and
super
lucky. I don't think Dang has any meds either. Because he went low and then stayed low that whole time.
So, Tricky Indian, I mean, that was a super lucky engagement. If Lop had peaked a little bit earlier, he wouldn't have. I don't think he would have. He would have gotten both out, and he would have been able to take less shots onto.
Samurai just gonna push, boy.
Yeah, he's got to just wait it out here. I don't know how you win this, especially.
Oh, he has the. He has.
Oh, he does. He did. They did take it. I mean,
could you imagine just seeing a 249 spray down of the whole UCR team by Sergeant Samurai right here?
I'd lose my nuts. It would be insane.
Play of the season right there.
Pretty much. We're going to see the aggressive split onto Riverside right now. Samurai going to be veering more towards the north end, the northeastern end. Dango Dang down the hill. Don't count him out. This is Kennesaw.
He has Wumwum coming up behind him, though.
Yeah, this is looking at Sergeant. Oh, look at Samurai. He's just completely surrounded.
Oh!
Yeah.
Nice shots. Nice shots.
Nice spray down. That's one.
Whoa!
Look at
that's two!
Wait, that's two. Samurai has two 1v2, which is doable right now.
Oh,
no, looking at it, Lugo. No, that's going to be it.
No.
Wow, went down fighting, though.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely went down fighting.
If only he had been able to clean up those 2 kills.
Yeah, absolutely.
That would have just been a couple extra bonus points.
Even still, just Kennesaw State doing exactly, what we've seen them be capable to do. He's going to go. They're going to finish second place, and just a great game overall for those guys.
Oh yeah,
yeah, just awesome. So it's quickly going down our stats. First place we have UC Riverside with the great kill distribution of Dango, Lugo, and Wumwum having 3 each. Indian having none that game. Second place we have Kennesaw State with 4, 2, 1, and 0. Kappa getting the top score with 4, and then in third place actually, Oklahoma having Anton with 6 kills. A great job, a great performance on his end, and Deku and Lop having 2 each. Fourth place, Texas Tech. Shark and Bigham having 1 and 1. And then in fifth place, Shadow Onesie, Cuddy Boo Boo, Shabu, and Looter. Team 10, I believe. UC Irvine.
Yep,
With
UC Irvine.
3, 2, 2, and 1 from Shadow Onesie. Other notable kills: Jake, I Can Fly, has 3. Weffels, RIT, has 2. Culpepper, Georgia Southern, 2. Age of Defeat from Ole Miss, 2. But what a great game overall.
Yeah, that was really fantastic, especially getting to those top 5 there. The fact that Sergeant Samurai was able to hold that and make it so that he could have possibly pulled that out, even at the last second, that was fun to watch.
Oh no, absolutely, and it was definitely possible. There was a decent percentage chance that he would have won that there,
especially once he had already knocked down 2.
Yeah, absolutely. So, with that crazy engagement, we are going to go ahead and take a short break as we come back for game number 2 in the Diamond Division. Don't go anywhere, ladies and gentlemen. We will be right back.
My love, if you feel like I do right now, don't say you're on the run to the other side. My love, you say you wanna try, but you never do. Sugar, there's a reason why we lose.
Sapphire makes the city look so bright. Close your eyes and just stay tight. We have to go. Stay with me while we leave. Don't worry, just believe me. This journey will relieve us. Stay with me while we leave. Stay with me while we leave. Don't worry, just believe me. This journey will relieve us. Stay with me. Stay with me while we leave. Don't worry, just believe me. This journey will relieve
Now the sunshine brings the light. Fill me out with a flame. I will let you in this game. Take me out where I'm down. 'Cause with you I'm safe and sound. 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 I'm safe and take me out where I'm down. 'Cause with you I'm safe and sound. 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 Make that beat. I was not ready to falling like I'm wasted. My heart grows heavy. Don't taste me rushing and keep your words naked. You got me blushing. And you forever I'll follow. You be my holy ground. You forever I'll follow. In immortality, I Forever I'll follow. You'll be my holy ground. You
And we're back. Welcome to the Collegiate Battlegrounds Association. This is game number 2 coming right up at you for the Diamond Division on this fine March Sunday. What a first game. What a first
Yeah, that
game.
was definitely a very intense first game, especially down to that last 5 there.
So, we have an interesting little slide for you guys tonight. We're going to take a look at the win leaders across divisions. So this is all of our divisions in Collegiate Battlegrounds and the top winning teams. So on the first, you can see Washington and Kennesaw State. Washington, who is in a commanding lead right now by at least 70 points. And Kennesaw State, we can take a look quick on the scoreboard. See, they are in 14th spot right there. And Washington is in 3rd, but they have tied for the most wins. It's definitely interesting to see that a team, there can be such a big discrepancy, even, with those two teams. And if you take a look at the competitors real quick, you can see Washington's in 1st, and they're in 4th, Kennesaw State, which isn't that big of a difference, but.
Kennesaw, well, the point difference is huge. Kennesaw took a while in the beginning of the season to find their mojo, but once they found it, oh man, have they been effective?
Yeah, I'm super interested to see what it was. Was it an IGL switch? Was it like a different strategy?
I don't know.
I don't know. It would be super interesting to see kind of what ended up happening with those guys and why they are as good as they are, why as consistent as they are.
Yeah.
Right
Not
now.
to mention too much, but Naptime and I are going to be interviewing them this upcoming week for a certain upcoming project. So be excited for that, everybody.
Awesome. And with that, we'll go ahead and take a look as the plane. Oh, there he goes. Looking at the plane now, we're going to see, speaking of Kennesaw State, you see those guys are the first players to drop, right, going towards Military Island. Saw them do it last time. It worked out to good effect, so they are going to be doing it again. Seeing what happens. Hopefully it works out for them.
Yeah, really.
Mm-hmm. And, as well, you see Looter and the rest of Team 10 over there are going to be dropping as well. Again, Irvine had really good success in military last time, but now they're going to cut out the 3rd person. They're going to cut out Robert Morris, and they're going to be playing in a kind of 1v1 team battle. The plane went from our south to our north, veering westward fairly heavily. But actually, you see Irvine is going to choose to go Novo, and Boo Boo is going to go a little of those houses to the west of Novo. Oh,
Kind of not a bad idea to split up for the looting phase, because you're not going to get a lot of action if you're in a rural area for the looting phase. So you might as well split up and get as much as you can.
No, I totally agree, and especially if they're not confident in their early game fighting ability, which is definitely something to consider. The fighting ability of a team in the early game is something to take into account when you're dropping. Speaking of early game, you see Robert Morris deciding to go Pachinki with Texas Austin and RIT instead, landing in one of those little gated off areas, and then Texas Austin going to take that quad. You see that to your left of the screen right now, and then RIT is in the middle of your screen all the way back. So dropped all together, noting Trickster from Robert Morris is across the street. Just something to take into account. That does
Already fights.
JT from Texas Tech.
Or not? Okay.
You saw the little engagement there.
I think that might have been just a false positive from falling out of the sky on his parachute.
Definitely, and that's, I've noticed that recently. Sometimes you're just parachuting and then you just take damage.
It's super annoying because even during times when it's like there's nothing taller right in front of you, you'll still take damage. Like completely level surface, it's like, oh, just dropped you too early.
Yep, so look at, you just saw Trickster right there. He had about 75% HP, and I know that there wasn't an engagement there, so it's looking like he just took a little bit of fall damage right now. Speaking of engagements, we're going to see already in Pochinki, Robert Morris and Texas Austin looking like they're going to be locked into a fight right now. Grotto having some good shots at Squalid Movie, taking him. He sees that window. He's just not able to get that peak exactly where he wants it. He's trying to go for the headshot, but he's going to get return fire a little bit and move down to Grotto. Running back on the half wall, going to retreat up with EMP Captain. They're going to hold the northern end of Pachinki right now. And just trying to de-engage from this fight. You heard that car.
I don't think they were ready to take that fight at all. They are not very well equipped, and from what I can see, it looks like who are they fighting there? Robert Morris. Yeah. It looks like Robert Morris, being more in the thick of the city, had probably a better loot area, and they're probably ready to take that fight. Not entirely sure if Texas Austin is.
Yep. Yeah, just kind of one of those peak battles that I always think. Oh, Georgia Southern actually has lost a member right now. The real NVM is down. Patapoon team 13.
And that's to Penn State. Yep.
So they are locked in an engagement. We saw Georgia Southern here. Georgia Southern go here last time. Curly 103 and the rest of them were here last time. But Penn State went north towards Stalbert last game. And they wanted to go up. Is that what I think it is?
What?
Is that what I think it is?
Yeah, that is what you think it is.
I believe that's what the kids like to call a red zone. Usually, so in CBA, we definitely have those disabled. We're just going to ignore it and move on. Usually doesn't kill anybody anyway, so I'm not even going to pay any attention to it. Looking at Georgia Southern and Penn State right now. Jeremy Ironboard happened to go down Legolas. He's trying to get that angle. Curly trying to get that angle on Patapoon, though. He's going to finish him off with the M4. He's super low, though. Almost went down. Has no more helmet. Vest looking like it's a little bit damaged. So he's going to go ahead and reload. Does he have more bullets? Yep, he does. He's going to reload there from 17. Fill him up to 30. Patapoon. Still, I think he's one of the few. We've one of two left. Oh, yeah, he's going to get a nice shot off right there. Going to get a nice 2-tap on Patapoon, bring him back down to half health, and then Loki is... So it's a 2v2 right now in the Sunken City, but it's interesting because Penn State is split up, and then Georgia Southern is really close together. You see Loki right now is going down below. Legolas
I've just received word that we are going to be doing a server restart.
Oh. Well, we'll be waiting to see when that happens, though.
Yep.
If it does... So we'll see. Looking at Legolas going to knock and Curly. Yep, we have official confirmation we will be restarting.
Yep. Sometimes it happens.
Sometimes it happens. As you can see, there's not one red zone. There's another one. So we're going to be seeing... We will not be taking a short break. We will be continuously streaming it through this. Age of Defeat right now. Going to go ahead and get... See, that's a care package right there. Cheek pad 8 times military. First aid, MK. Like, that's not M249 and... what do you call it? A med kit. Like, hello?
Yeah, it's like... Of all times to restart a server, right after that happens.
Right after that happens. Yeah, it was generally like... I don't know, that was such a weird care package. So again, looking like RIT did dip out of out of this engagement right now, leaving Texas Austin and Robert Morris to fight with each other right now. But I'm wondering if it's actually going to be a fight because Robert Morris is playing passive and then Texas Austin is responding in turn by being passive as well. So it depends on, like, again, Trickster's really kind of caught out there. He's more towards the southern end of Pachinki, or top of your screen right now. And same with Edwin Ace and Avian. They're a little bit spread out. Squalid Movie. Again, they're playing like the two duo strategies. So.
And it looks like most of these teams, given the fact that none of them are moving, looks like most of these teams have already backed out of the server.
Yeah, we're going to see a lot of them kind of head out right now. Again, we're not going to be taking a break right now. We're just going to keep on rolling and let everybody know what's going on.
You know what? We could talk about some of these teams that have been rising up pretty quick in Diamond Division because we have seen a lot of shakeup in Diamond Division since this season started.
Yeah, no, definitely we have. So we can go ahead. We're going to take a look at the leaderboards right now. You can see Washington, not Wilmington, Ole Miss, Riverside. Again, these are your top 3 teams. But yeah, Kennesaw State is the real success story kind of the season so far. They've done a really great job. And just thinking about it, it's got to be an IGL kind of thing because the IGL as a role, and allow me to just kind of explain it for real quick, is like your in-game leader, if you don't know. So he's the one who makes the shot calls in terms of when to retreat, when to push, when to not push, splitting loot up and that kind of stuff. So it really helps if everybody respects that IGL and they listen to their calls, your team is going to do a lot better than if you're just everyone's trying to main call at the same time. And I could see that for Kennesaw State kind of being one of the primary factors in terms of them getting there, really.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Plus, they've been making some roster changes throughout the season. Like just going back and looking through some of their game stats. Let's see here. So we're looking at some of their game stats here. They've used a total of 6 different players this season.
Yeah. So
only one player has played the entire season.
Yeah, like that. I mean, that's another thing to consider. Is that roster changes can be a blessing or a curse depending on how you go about doing them. You could be like the best thing to happen to your team if it's really something where you had a problematic player, somebody just wasn't performing, and you swap them for somebody and they mesh well. But at the same time, you can have a scenario where players don't mesh well, even if you do a roster swap, and it makes it harder because they might not respect the in-game leader, as I was just saying earlier, and it could be a rough situation. So roster changes are something to consider, and given the fact that they've had so many of them and they've swapped players in and out, they may have finally found that groove, this is the team that works right now for us.
Who did we see playing for them in this most previous game where we saw them place the second? I know we had Sergeant Samurai,
Sergeant Kappa, Schlong Fury. Oh no, I'm too far up. Just get the most recent results.
I think it was Schlong Fury wasn't there.
Schlong Fury was definitely. Was he not, or was he?
No, he was. Because I remember having to say that name.
So Schlong Fury, Sergeant Kappa. I know he was there, and Samurai.
And then who was the last one? Was it Dalen?
It was not Dalen.
Or was it Sexy Caramel Man?
It was Caramel Man. It was. Yep, I remember because Caramel Man had some nice headshots with the SKS on that point.
Yeah. So.
So yeah, I mean, this may be the team that they figured out that they want to have. Is this it? Is this are these the guys? And I mean, it's worked out so far, and you can see them rising above, where they were. I believe at one point they were, I want to say they were like 14th or something. They were low. They weren't very high, but now they've risen up. And again, just kind of looking at other newer teams, I believe UC Irvine is a newer team for this season. They've done relatively well so far. They've been pretty consistent. Old Miss, again, that's another success story from a little bit earlier on. Last we're going back all the way to season 1, where Ole Miss was they were okay. They weren't like top of the division. They were solidly in the middle, but something happened right between the end of the season and playoffs where they got there. They were able to something clicked, right? And they were able to perform really well in the latter half of the season, which got them entrance to playoffs. And now coming into this season, they've just shaken up their division, and we could see on the leaderboards, the global leaderboards actually, that they're currently in 8th. Second in their division. Only losing out to University of Washington, who has completely and utterly just taken, run with it, and they've gone.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And okay, and then you got to credit UTSA there, who we'll see in action later. But UTSA, even with how good UIUC and Washington have been this season, they're still leading the next team by 50 points.
Yeah, by 49 if we're going to split hairs here, but 50 points. Like, at the same point, that's still a ton of points to be leading by. UTSA also, again, this doesn't surprise me nearly as much as teams like Ole Miss and Kennesaw does. Who's important? Kennesaw is 14th in the global leaderboards right now.
Mm-hmm.
So they're not all the way up there. They haven't broken top 10 in global yet, but given the way they've played, given the finish that they've had, it's you know why
UTSA has that top place? Not only are they the highest average placement in CBA right now, I think. Oh no, they're not. UIUC is just ahead of them, but they're tied for second with Washington. But they have the highest average kills per match by almost 5 per. Arizona State has 7, but UTSA has 10.25 average kills per game.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
It's just an insane amount of kills per game, especially for CBA, when everybody's playing on a slightly higher. Everyone is on a little bit higher of a playing field, you know. So it's interesting to see how well their strategy has adapted first. And I love to see that, and especially like UIUC is still giving everybody a run for their money. They really figured it out last season. They made it work towards the end, and they've come up and they've shown up this season, both Div 1 and Div 2.
Mm-hmm.
So
I've noticed. Do you remember how at the beginning of the season that Ruby division was just locking out the top 3 spots?
yeah. Yep. And now we have Arizona State in 4th. And then in 7th place is Oregon, who I believe, as of the last time I remembered, were in 3rd place for Ruby division.
Yeah. So we started out the season with Ruby being like just cluttering the top of the leaderboard, and now look, Ruby is now splattered out amongst the top 20 and just pretty even amongst the rankings. And I'm curious to see. Hold on.
One thing about that, I would also like to say Emerald they swap places, so we have a lot of Emerald now in the top 10. I would say 50% of top 10 is Emerald right now. 30% is Ruby and 20% is Diamond. So if that shows you kind of the division between the divisions.
Yeah, and looking at this graphic, I'd like to point something out here. Look at the comparison between how many divisions we have, or how many from each division we have in this top 20 here. So Emerald, I think we have 5 in the top 20.
Yep.
Ruby, we also have 6 in the top 20. But Diamond, I think we have 10 or 11. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9. We have 9 from Diamond in this top 20. Diamond is probably the most competitive out of any of the divisions we've had here. And that's honestly not surprising, considering the fact that it seems like Emerald and Ruby have been kind of more stacked towards the top, but this Diamond has been competitive all the way down.
Yeah, and then we're going to take a look at the competitors again for tonight. Again, this is before game number 1, so if you can see, starting with Kennesaw State with 287, then you can move all the way down to Georgia Southern in 9th place. So from 4th to 9th, there's only a difference, really, obviously 53 points, and that's a little bit. But like that kind of delta is pretty solid, especially to see.
That's within one game. That any of those teams could make that in sorry, not one game, in one play session, 2 games.
So 2 games, one day of games, and like I love that because it's so competitive. It really shows that all of these teams can make it. They have something to prove here, but they need to get higher. They need to keep improving their strategy. They can look at the VODs. They can see what's going on. And they could it really all depends kind of how the season goes. It's super competitive, and I love to see that. I would reckon to say the top 3 spots are a little bit out of reach, even for Kennesaw State. Maybe not for Kennesaw State, but
it's a long season.
It's a long season. We're about to hit the midpoint, I believe.
I'd say like inside the top 10, I'd say they can get into the top 3 if everything goes their way.
Yeah.
Obviously, but once you get like outside the top 5, maybe 6, that's where it starts getting 7, because Penn State is literally 1 point outside of the top 6.
Yeah,
but once you get outside of that, that's when it starts getting really hard. But inside of that, I could very realistically see them breaking the top 3 by the end of the season.
So like a rough spot. Yeah, maybe
Ole Miss and Washington have, and really Riverside and Kennesaw State both, they would have to really kind of screw up pretty hard for them to drop outside the top 5 at the very least.
Yeah, or top 4 if we're talking about this, but yeah. I mean, it's just, I don't know, it's super interesting. I mean, you could see in the even top 10, you have RIT in Texas with a 42 point delta between 10th and 11th, and then it starts to get kind of slowly down and down, and then a 128 and 173, that's 45 point delta between 12th and 13th place. So you kind of have these steps, really. You just you go through. It's just
you kind of have these I want to say like you kind of have these ranks, honestly, where it's like you have the bronze, the silver, and the gold as you're going up here, and there is, from what we can see, there's a very hard line between them.
Yeah, no, definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah, overall, I mean, we can just go ahead and look at the wins by team again. As you can see, and take a look at this while we're talking about, kind of barriers to entry and placement. Virginia Commonwealth, UTSA, and UTK all tied for in the Emerald Division with 3 wins, and then Ruby Division as well, tying them. UIUC, Oregon, and ASU are 1, 2, and 3 teams.
You gotta add UCR to that one now. They have that third one.
They do have that third win, so Diamond is going to go up a little bit, and they're going to compete with the 3-win club, I guess, if you want to call it that.
Yeah.
And then Cincinnati actually having those 2 wins.
Yeah. Yeah, great job from Cincinnati.
Yeah.
One of their players, Elm Zero, really good Slayer.
Yeah, he's been, him coming off. We saw those little games a little earlier in the what do you call it? After the month, or earlier, not in the month, but earlier in the season, later in February. Did really well that 1 week, and they've been showing up recently. They've been doing really well in terms of placements.
They've been doing really well the whole season, honestly. They started out a little bit rocky, but now that they've kind of found themselves, they're doing better.
And again, coming into the season, it's a little bit of it's a little rough, kind of coming back in and learning, playing collegiate PUBG again, because it's super different. So you have to, there always that grace period, and I remember talking earlier in the season about these teams and like, oh, who can get shaken up, and no, it's definitely possible, and it was, and we've seen teams come and go, and the seeding has been pretty seeding as in placement, I should rather say, has been pretty standard from like season 1 with a few exceptions. So I think it's interesting in that sense, kind of how the season starts, you're a little bit rough, the season gets going a little bit more, and you pick up your pace, and you're like, okay, this is how we do it, this is how we play. You see that.
And if anybody's waiting for the games, we're going to get them started here in just a couple minutes. But in the meantime, let's talk about these win leaders some more, because I'm very surprised to see the top 2 win leaders coming out of Diamond.
Yeah,
the same division.
Yeah, that's the same division. The top 2 with.
We've played how many games have we actually played this season? 14. 14 coming into tonight. So these 2 teams control more than 50% of those wins. Add UC Riverside's to them, that's 11 out of the 14. Well, okay, 10 out of the 14. Yep. And then that's only 4 more teams that have won any games in the Diamond Division. So that's quite insane. And even more insane, the fact that Kennesaw's, all their wins came in a row.
That was just nuts. Like, truly a moment in CBA history to remember, the fact that Kennesaw State won 4 games in a row. And, if and I'm not trying to say anything about them, but I would expect someone like Washington or, UTSA or UIUC or UTK, one of the better teams that we've seen consistently, and then Kennesaw just out of nowhere smacks it down, 4 wins in a row.
Now, you can't really discredit Washington that one, because they had that 3-peat the week before.
They had
it was the day before. It was the day before that they finished off that 3-peat.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, Kennesaw, I was there still raving about Washington, like, oh my God, Washington's got our first 3-peat ever. Congrats to Washington, such and such and such, party. But no, then just the next week, Kennesaw comes out with 4, and I'm like, wait. I was just celebrating the 3. What the hell?
Now we have a team that won 4 in a row. And like, winning a game of PUBG is really hard. Like, a lot of the time, teams just want to go, all right, we need to get top 10. We need to get a couple kills. We need to get some points in. Winning a game is a whole different story. And in the sense that Kennesaw State won 4 in a row, man, I have a hard time winning 1 game. These guys won 4 in a row.
Good luck winning 4 in a row in pubs. I don't care who you are. Good luck winning 4 in a row in pubs. But you do it in CBA? That's
nuts.
That's ridiculous.
That's very impressive. And it sets a good precedent for these guys going into, I guess, just the rest of the season. Because we have our no games next week, actually. We're going to talk about that towards the end of the end of tonight's games.
Spring break is spring break.
We have the spring break coming up. And so we have the mid-season roster swap going on as well. So, everything can change after that. But at the same time, just these guys, we're going to maybe see some teams reevaluate their strategies. And I think Kennesaw's been doing that mid-season already. So I'm looking forward to seeing how they perform coming out of the mid-season roster swap. be starting very soon. I know everybody's eagerly anticipating us getting back into the game and starting them up. Apologies again for that little mishap we had, but no issues going into game number 2 coming up very shortly.
Should be coming up any moment now.
Yeah, you can just go ahead and take our look at our schedule. You can see that week 6 is our bye week, the mid-season roster adjustments, and then actually end of March, the 27th, week 9, our season ends, and then playoffs to be decided sometime after the week of April 3rd.
Yeah, so we're not entirely sure when that's going to happen, but you can probably expect maybe a week or 2 off in between week 10 and the playoffs.
Yep.
At least that's what I'd expect.
Playoffs are going to be, if you did not see playoffs last season, I guarantee you playoffs this season will be just as exciting as they were last season. With crazy upsets, the standings were all over the place, the action was great, the games were great, there was some bridges involved, so
There were some bridges.
yeah, not the bridges you're thinking of, actually. You can go ahead and check our YouTube, actually, youtube.com/collegiate PUBG if you want to check those out. I, of course, was there, as well as our Season 1 playoff caster, Chamsy, and I were doing those, so you can go ahead and check those out if you are interested. And with that, ladies and gentlemen...
I hear noise. I hear sound.
That is what everybody likes to call PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds. We are back. And there they are. And a little bit of warehouse closing off all the doors so they don't get to run around. We are about to start in a little bit over a minute once that countdown hits.
Again, sorry about the delay, everybody, but technical difficulties happen. So, yep. We are back and going right now.
Yep.
Just getting everything around here. 50 seconds until this game starts.
Yep, 50, 35, 33, 30 seconds.
You can probably imagine that if, like, some team's gonna be like, God dang it! We were in the middle of the circle!
Yep.
What the heck?
What the heck? We have about 20 seconds till these start, and we'll see where the circle lands this time and whether or not these teams are going to be ready.
My response to those teams that have that complaint are, well, do it again.
Do it again. See what you guys can do in 5 seconds as the plane begins to drop, and we can start talking about, instead of the hypotheticals, right now we can take a look and see what's going on with these teams. 55 players and 15 teams going into game number 2 for the Diamond Division.
Oh, wow, this is a very similar plane path.
Yeah, it is. It's straight and narrow this time. So south to north, straight and narrow, slightly on the western end of the what do you call it? The island. So, look, teams are already going to drop. You see, Sergeant Samurai and the rest of Kennesaw State going to be dropping military like they did last time. See, we have another team there though, Looter in Team 10. As well, going to be redropping their UC Irvine.
Wow, lots of clumps. Lots of clumps of teams.
Yeah, a lot of people just kind of dropping together. You can see that. Oh, wow. Nobody going Severny. That plane is out early. Everybody's out pretty early. It's interesting because Severny tends to be kind of a popular drop. I would reckon to say.
I wouldn't be all that surprised if once everybody sees how close they are to everyone else, they're like, oh, hey, let's get in a vehicle and go to Severny. Or, hey, let's get in a vehicle, go to Primorsk. Or, hey, let's get in a vehicle, go to Power Plant. Or, you know, any of those other cities that are on the outlying areas that just no one went to.
Speaking of Kennesaw State, Schlong Fury going to get Edwin Ace already with the Scar L. Kennesaw State already putting one down for Robert Morris, who decided to drop military this time as well. That's who it was. So Robert Morris rejoins the fray. Instead of going Pachinki, they go military like they did last time. Caramel Man does not have a gun right now. He's going to look for a frag grenade. He's going to try to squalid movie. Going to actually... I hate to say it. Whap, whap. Now with the, that was the, what do you call it? S6 right there. There it goes. The frag rate's going to go down, but Kennesaw
whap.
State, Schlong Fury, the last player left alive, actually. Robert Morris.
Oh, no. Sergeant Kappa's still alive.
Schlong Fury and Sergeant Kappa. Oh, wait.
Yep.
Why did it show 3 dead down there?
Yeah, it did. What?
That's what I was thinking.
What?
Yeah, why did it show 3 dead? I thought they all died in that engagement. Robert
Hello?
Morris. That was a little strange. Team 20. Georgia Tech. Yeah, look at that. It's showing that those people are dead down there. I guess I can't rely on that one tonight.
That's weird.
Oh,
Basically,
Divism.
Penn State versus Mizzou again.
Missouri, yeah. Divism going to go down there. Jeremy Ironboard with the Tommy gun going to go ahead and go spray down right there on Divism. Headshot.
Oh, is Penn State only playing with 2 right now?
I believe there's 3. Again, that thing down there is untrustworthy, I would reckon to say, but they may be playing with 2. Yeah, 3 teams again, the same 3 that you saw in the first game. Robert Morris.
Yep. We are receiving confirmation that Penn State did only start with 2 in this game due to the technical difficulty. Someone wasn't able to make it. So sorry about that, and hopefully they can make it next time.
Yep. But again, you still have players in, and that's still points to get. So yeah, Kennesaw State has 3 players left alive. You can see that right now, only losing 1 in that early engagement to the double barrel shotgun.
Yeah. Observer glitches. It happens.
It happens. So, looking at it now, Sergeant Samurai going to load the Carnegie. K Kappa getting a good position. Oh, oof. He's going to drop down a little bit there. Off the roof. And it's still going to be a little bit split up between these 3 teams on military. I'm wondering if we're going to see the same thing happen that we did last time. On a Schlong Fury right now. EMP Captain. Come back and get weapons. EMP Captain. We have Free Van as well. This is the Pachinki fight right now. Hershey as well is going to go down. EMP Captain getting absolutely nutty hits with the Scar L right now. Going to go ahead, bandage up right now, but doing some serious damage to RIT right now. Kupta.
Looks like Texas Austin is in a really good position to win this Pachinki fight here, and they're going to be in good position for the rest of the game if they can.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm gonna peek
Assuming they don't have to use all their meds, but like now.
But RIT did get some meds, so it's possible that we'll see them get it. And the flashbang actually going to come out on Kupta's end that may have hit him, but he's not going to peek in. He's going to give Holden and DeGrotto kind of the location of where he's at. Holden. Oh,
What?
no!
Where?
You know, he was expecting them to. He was expecting to kind of come from the top there because he knew he was on the roof.
Oh, yeah.
A little bit of a delayed reaction in terms of the. Oh, looking at Sergeant Samurai from Kennesaw State, looking at team number 10 right now.
You see Irvine over there.
Yep, here they come. Here's that frag grenade going to go down. Oh, that was a nice nade action. Did that bounce to the other side?
I think.
No.
Yeah, didn't catch anybody, but dang, that was close.
It was close. It was a nice frag grenade out of Sergeant Samurai. Looking at Boo Boo, who's up top right now. Sergeant Samurai just has to peek a little bit up there, and he'll see him peek in the hallway. Shadow One's going to heal up right now, and he's going to be pushing outside of the apartments, trying to get a good read onto Shadow One, who is actually outside. He's not inside currently.
This is where you can tell Sergeant Samurai has good game sense, because he knew that he was getting outflanked there. He knew that, hey, I've overstayed my welcome in this particular spot, and I need to move. I don't want to be in this building right now. They're gonna flank me.
Yep.
That's good game sense coming from him.
Yeah, absolutely. And you see Schlong Fury is going to swap spots with him. Again, they do want to cover the inside of the building, but Samurai is going to be slowly walking towards the outside, trying to get a good flank around onto Irvine right here. As Looter, they did swap spots. Samurai is going to catch one out, though. Looking like he's going to get squad out, though. Shadow One, T! Actually going to get Sergeant Samurai with a good spray down right there. Here comes the engagement. Looter going to be really low. Sergeant Kappa going to be pushing inside. Looter going to be peeking the top right there. Samurai is going to go down as well. Going to get finished. Shabu as well. Going to knock one out. Schlong Fury. That's 2 down for Kennesaw State, leaving 1 player left alive. Sergeant Kappa is alone up top there. He's going to have to heal up, but Boo Boo is, again, he's going to be pushing really close right towards him. Wow, Kennesaw State right there just kind of got caught out. Irvine looking one more, just have to shoot the door. Oh, that's going to make him a little bit nervous right there. Trying baiting him out, maybe?
No, I think he's going to try and shoot out the door and then throw a grenade in.
It's definitely, oh yeah, maybe.
Because he did have that grenade up.
He did have the grenade up. It's definitely possible. And I mean, if they know what building room he's in, he did shoot the door that Kappa was in. So one of them with the nade could toss it from the outside. And Irvine actually sustaining no casualties from that fight.
Yeah, no, great fight by them. But it looks like they are pretty low on meds right now, so they're gonna have to finish up this fight pretty quick and get looting.
Yep. Kappa may... I don't know.
Uh,
They're not in the zone here. That's a known fact.
are they?
They're not. I believe the zone was a little bit more north this time.
I didn't catch where it was.
Yeah, I believe it's more kind of on the western end of the
No,
island.
just throw your grenade in there.
Oh no, but he's gonna make the peek. Boo boo, checking left, checking right. Ain't gonna get him though.
Yeah.
No problem. Nice headshot, hip fired.
Oh, there's the zone. Okay.
Yeah, so it's on the western end of the island, I would say. So they do have to get off at some point.
Missouri on the prison. This is not a popular drop for CBA teams, and I honestly don't know why. Well, I guess I kind of understand why the prison is not a popular drop, because it's pretty much boxed in from all sides, and you only have I'd say 90 degrees of exit area. But I'm still kind of surprised that CBA teams don't go for here more. This is a high reward loot area, so I'm so surprised teams don't take the risk to go here. At least 2 people. And this is what we're seeing here from Mizzou.
Yeah, from Missouri and from Ole Miss. Although it's only 1 player from Ole Miss. Don't know where Knive and Frisbee are. You can see they're in a car down there, but they're not. I don't get the actually engagement sound. Dango dang.
You just said Ole Miss.
Ole Miss. Ole Mississippi, as they like to say. Riverside. Saw them taking some shots at Georgia Southern there. But I think the main thing with prison is it's very far outside the zone, or it's very extreme. It's on the extreme end of the eastern island. Extreme eastern end of the island.
Words.
I mean, if the zone lands there, you're fine. But generally, you're gonna have to move out of prison. Most of the time, the zone doesn't encompass it.
I don't know. I'd argue for prison because you've got that road right outside, and 9 times out of 10, you're gonna find a vehicle within 100 meters of you.
Yep. Maybe just, again, it also may come down to, again, we see Washington and Georgia Southern taking some shots, fleeting as the cars drive by. It may actually come down to the fact that it's just hot zones. And hot drops in CBA just don't tend to be very hot. School's not very hot. Pachinki has 2 teams in it. Roz has 2 teams in it. School has 0 teams in it for the most part.
Yeah, no one ever drops school because everyone drops school.
Yeah, so they tend to avoid it. And they would like to drop other spots where they don't think teams are, and those tend to be where the engagements happen.
And already we've got most of our teams inside this first circle.
Looking at Georgia Southern, I just saw them. We have Legolas in one area, and then another 2 people still in Sunken City. So they're trying to they're splitting up. They're dividing and conquering.
We've got UCR moving up on University of Washington here.
Yep. Again, they're going to be. Oh, these are 2 of our top teams too. This may be a really good engagement. Isolith is going to be a little bit low down there. He's going to be a little bit out, caught up. Not going to get shot at though. You can hear those shots finally coming out. Overside going to engage University of...
Oh my God, shots coming out from
Wow, 1-1-1. Great shot's going to get a nice headshot. Lugo XD going to get Isolith. Wow, Washington down 2. Here's the push. Here they come. Here they come. Down the hill they run.
This could have huge this one fight right here could have huge implications on the standings.
Yeah, actually, now that you mention it, Signite's going to be able to get up there. Here come the smokes. But if UTK is effectively, or maybe UCR is effectively able to, and especially with that good spray down, he's going to hit Mo Reader a bunch. That's definitely going to be able to prove that they're going to have to get in right now. Mo Reader a little bit low. Looking at it now, here comes the smoke grenade. He's going to try hoping for a frag.
Oh, that's a frag. Oh, he's going to get isolated if he doesn't get out of there.
Nice toss! That's going to be cooked for a little bit. He's going to get 1. Wait. No. Dango Dang went down because Washington got up. But Signite going to... One going to trade with Signite right there. Here comes Lugo. Going to be the reinforcements. 3v3 right now. Platypus going to go down. Lugo's going to go down. Isolith also going to be peeking outside. This is a fight, ladies and gentlemen. Is going to get Isolith leaving. Mo Reader's the last player left alive. Tricky Indian from Riverside. And the last 2 from UC Riverside. And 1 player left from Washington. Mo Reader, last player. They're not going to go. They're going to res Lugo, and they're going to wait, and they're going to try. Mo Reader's watching that angle, seeing.
Yeah, it looks like they're just in a recovery. Well, we're in a recovery mode here. Mo Reader's just going to wait for anyone to walk in that door, and he's going to see Tricky Indian.
As soon as the second, there he goes.
It's
not going to be able to get. Oh, he's not going to go down though. That's big. He doesn't have to get res, and it's going to force one woman to push up though. Is he going to? Oh, it looked like he was going to vault out for a second there, but he didn't.
He has no helmet.
Top of the stairs. He doesn't have a helmet. He only has a level 1 vest too, so Wum after pushing the stairs is going to look exactly where he is right now. That's going to be a great peek from Riverside, going to take out Washington. Wow, that's going to be huge for the standings. looking at it now. Actually, 2 players down right now, engaging Penn State team number 13.
Oh!
A little bit. Oh, Patapoon from Penn State could actually put Anton down.
Anton just couldn't get the accuracy down, and then
Oh.
Patapoon just picked him off there.
Yeah, it was just one more tap, and Lop is actually going to go res, and it's going to be 2v2 as they both get reses off, and Deku is going to be a little bit low. Lop actually going to be pushing out right now. Looking at Lop right now, he's taking a look at Patapoon as well. Going to get that one. Well, it's 2 shots. 2 shots off, going to put him down. Jeremy Ironboard, last player left alive, just got res, is going to be able to pop that first aid off, pushing left up the hill towards the tree. There he goes. Lop going to go down as well, and Jeremy Ironboard leaving 1 player left alive, or 2 players.
See, the one thing Penn State's doing here is they know they have the time to finish off these kills as soon as they get the downs. So they're doing that instead of what it looked like Oklahoma was doing, which was not bothering to finish off. Who was it? I think it was Ironboard that was, or no, it was
Ironboard
whoever was down for Penn State. Yeah.
Actually, interestingly enough, Ironboard decided to push instead of rezzing his friend, and Westmore is going to be the only player left alive for Oklahoma at this point. But Ironboard just going to try and go and finish him off before he goes for the res. Now he's going to go back.
I think that was actually smart decision making on Ironboard's part, because he knew that he was low. He knew that he had just finished rezzing and that they were extremely vulnerable. So that was actually a really good time to make a push there.
Yeah, and he did push, and it ended up working out very well for him. He did get, well, they didn't knock the team out, but he did end up getting the 3 players down, so the 1 player left alive. NVM from Georgia Southern in the observatory. Boy lad from, oh, nice, gonna go down now. M24 Curly 103, gonna get him from Georgia Southern. Robocope Auburn Team 7 peeking down the hill.
Oh, this observatory. I hate this place.
It's, yeah.
It is quite literally the hardest tactical position to push.
There's a lot of angles that Georgia Southern can watch from here, though. Their Agent Defeat actually looking like he's going to take a kill. Oh, no, this is Auburn as well. Agent Defeat taking a look at the shot as well. Curly 103 making an aggressive push with the M24 and 8 times. Right now towards, Auburn is to his north, and the western end to his northwest. I think that's what you call that. Robocope Inkers. And then Georgia Southern actually pushed out of the observatory and is going to be moving down closer to these guys as they try and
probably good decision by them, as they know exactly where Auburn is here. And we see a member of Georgia Southern also. They're doing a hard flank. Not entirely sure who that was that ran out there. Who was that?
I'll tell you in a second as soon as we get to see it. But Robocope actually going to eat a little bit of shots, though. Not going to actually deal a ton of damage.
Was it Curly, or was it
It looks like
was it
Curly is the one going all the way down.
not enough time?
Not enough time, but we'll
to
see it. Riverside and Texas Tech taking some shots, one against the other.
Curly, yep.
Yep, Curly was the one, but Auburn going to be returning fire a little bit. It is a 2v3 right now. You could see Georgia Southern having a really good spot, the high ground, and the buildings though for Auburn, so they're able to have that kind of cover. And then Georgia Southern is out, although it would be disadvantageous for Auburn to push out and flank these guys right now.
Yeah,
definitely.
You know, since we're talking about this engagement here, this is a really good time to point it out. Recently, I've been hearing teams talk about how they're actually nominating certain positions, like they're actually working the meta of the game into a positional meta. Like, you know how you have MOBAs like League and Smite that have an actual like position-based meta. We're seeing that more with PUBG now, where they'll have certain team members that are the flankers. You've got the sprayers, which are the ones that just want to put down as much fire as possible and keep them in the building. Your snipers,
and your in-game leader, I would say. Yeah,
and your in-game leader. And then that's how this meta has been developing, and it's kind of interesting, honestly. Yeah. Because it's really cool to see them, to see how teams develop their meta like that.
Speaking of developing metas, it's Culpepper. Gonna go ahead and finish off Inkers right there, leaving Robocope to kind of jump ship, get that US and go away. Wondering why they didn't decide to do that earlier. Oh, maybe. Oh, actually, Culpepper. US is gonna crash into a hay bale and explode, but he's gonna take Auburn with him. Actually, what a great shot.
Actually, that was just a straight up headshot. Yeah.
Yeah, that wasn't even the car explosion. That was a great passing headshot.
Georgia Tech, whole wheat Pete, waiting for this care package here. That's a care package.
What it is? Extended quick draw on a level 3 helmet. That is a solid care package. It's no M24 9 with a med kit. That's for sure. That's for
Uh,
darn sure.
Yeah.
I mean, the circle is going to land kind of towards the southeastern end of Gatka and the field surrounding it, so a fairly open area with very little terrain advantage for a lot of teams to have, so it's going to kind of come down to positioning and snake-boying your way into a victory here, I would reckon to say. You see the fields that you're looking at currently, it's...
This is definitely... You don't want to be split up in this circle.
Nope.
You don't want to be split up here, because you will die quick.
You'll get caught out, and you're not going to be able to get res. Or it could work out if you all snake-boy around, and none of you get killed. You can put yourself in a good spot because everybody, you're spread around, and it'll make the last circles a little bit easier for you. But that's harder to achieve, and you'd have to start that.
It does look like we still have some terrain over there, but it is closing in on the fields.
Yeah, it is definitely closing in on the fields, and I mean, you're going to see your Snake Boy games and your Bush Boy games to a whole new level here, if indeed the circle decides to close up on this.
You see Georgia Tech moving in. You see Riverside right there, though.
Yep, could definitely see engagement. Lugo is going to get out of the car as well. He's going to have that M4 out, wondering if he's going to decide to take shots. B-Boy Darkness and Loophole are going to be out of the car right now. Going to put that 4 times on. Although he's going to get angled by Loophole a little bit. He's going to have to try and first aid right now, but he is in kind of a bad spot being against the car. Boom, boom, I'm going to try and go for the rock. Oh, just barely. He's able to just barely get there. Oh, what a nice nade, though. Loophole getting Lugo with a frag grenade. Tossing that over. Going to really open this engagement up for them. But B-Boy going to get knocked out. Gonna get him.
Wait. They were taking shots from the other side, too. From Team 10 over there.
Team 10.
UC Irvine.
Yeah, from Irvine. And then you have 20 and 13 over there. Georgia Tech and Penn State.
Actually, that's their teammates, Georgia Tech.
Mm-hmm.
They were split up.
Yeah, they were split up a little bit, so they're not able to go and get them. They're just gonna leave it again. The same thing where you have these 2 players die, but none are gonna. The team's still not. They're still not dead. Team 10, UC Irvine, just spraying that tree down, trying to land a shot onto Riverside through the tree, but not able to connect. You can see that UAS, but Riverside is long done with that UAS.
Hey, Shadow, you're not playing Fortnite. The trees aren't destructible.
That is indeed correct. This is not Fortnite. Looking at Wum right now. He's inside the Wizard's Tower. You can see him trying to sip on that energy drink, but he's going to get caught out from behind, looking like Team 4.
Texas Austin
going to be rolling up on their compound, so they're going to have to disengage with Riverside and re-engage with Texas Austin right here. Shabu going to make an aggressive push outside, and these teams are going to start to leave the houses as Texas Austin rolls up on this compound, deciding, yep, we want to engage here. EMP Captain pushing up left on that railing, as long as the Suck Extreme giving him some backup.
Still have Penn State and Team 20, Georgia Tech hanging out there, just in those compounds, just waiting for the circle to close. I don't think they're going to be really trying to aggress on each other much.
No real reason to, but the Suck Extreme, speaking of no real reason to, pushing up.
What is he doing?
Shabu, he's checking angles.
Right.
He's trying to check corners, but he missed the one on Shabu. What a reaction time! The Suck Extreme gonna get Shabu with a great peek and finally spray him down. Shadow 1 and the other layer. Oh, Holden might be gonna get Voodoo right there. Looter and Shadow 1 is gonna be inside the house. Degrado's gonna be down right there, but leaving a 3v2 right now. Currently, EMP Captain gonna be taking a little bit of the hits. I'm gonna go back and med up right now. Suck Extreme really close to where those guys are. Holden as well. Suck Extreme actually very low. Holden ID, like you were saying, here's the flanking play on him. Gonna be going. Oh, what an angle! What's he doing?
Oh, no, that's dirty.
Oh, that's a dirty frag. That's gonna
And
be
they're
right
gonna
inside. That's kill box right there. Looter's gonna go out. What a bait! That frag grenade. There it goes. Holden, my D. Holy crud, boy! What a play! What a flank! Absolutely nutty.
That was kind of ridiculous, actually.
That was so good. You really box yourself in if you go into that kind of little zone right there. You really you don't really have any method of escaping it. If somebody tosses a nade in there, you open the door, you're gonna get sprayed down. You stay inside, the nade's gonna kill you. You're dead either way. Two ways till Sunday, as the kids like to say.
You know, this early game has been a lot more eventful than the last couple have been. We're down to 9 teams here, and with going into what, the third to last circle, fourth circle. Yeah. Yeah, the 4th circle. So normally in CBA, we usually have like 11, maybe 12 teams even going into the circle. But no, we are down to 9 here. So this early game has been, a bit more exciting than we've seen normally.
definitely an exciting thing to see. Using the same word twice in a row. Looking at Age of Defeat from Ole Miss and the rest of these guys finally together in a compound. Looking at Texas Tech, getting in that U.S. right now. They're going to make the decision to drive left or west away from those guys. Age of Defeat.
Was that?
What's
Was that a motorcycle inside?
Oh yeah. You don't park your motorcycle inside the compound? I do.
Not in the door.
Nope, not typically. But Texas Tech going to be getting away, going to roll right up onto Georgia Southern, though, who's going to be taking those shots as soon as Curly 103. They're going to get out of the car, though. An interesting decision. Curly 103 going to switch over to the M24, going to try and hit Shark with that. Silenced them. Not able to land it, though. Not able to land that one.
M24 sound, though.
It's crispy. Waddler. Trying to get those shots off. Curly 103 from Georgia Southern having a hard time hitting those shots. And they're just going to hold, looking like they're going to hold Observatory as Texas Tech decides what they want to do here. Do they want to push it, or do they just want to get in the zone and stay there?
Meanwhile, we've got Texas Austin seeing some heat against UCR here.
Mm-hmm. EMP captain with the car 98K, but they do. Riverside does have the high ground, but they do have tree cover. It's nice to note that EMP captain has covered by that tree. Now he's not. That is just a Wizard's Tower, by the way, so it's not really a big compound.
They have the high ground, but Texas Austin says you underestimate my power.
Absolutely, as they kind of close that high ground gap on these two guys, and when you look at the frag grenade with EMP captain. Here comes the nade. Gonna hold it. Hold it. There it is. There it is. Here comes the small little red zone that they're making. Look at them. There's just nades coming in every angle.
You gotta get in the door on the other side, guys.
Yeah, they have to get it in that little angle. Tricky Indian actually gonna get a nice spray down onto Degrado. Sucky Street finally gonna land a frag grenade. Tricky Indian gonna get Degrado with a headshot. Looking at now, Tricky Indian gonna go down. Looking like.
But they're immediately gonna get. They're
Ole
immediately gonna
Miss.
fight with Ole Miss here.
And they just do not stop. They do not cease. The frag EMP gonna go down. How many nays do these teams have?
I don't know.
Whenever
I play, I always keep like 6 or 7 on me, so by the end I can just like start throwing them.
Yeah, right. Here they go. Age of Defeat gonna be pushing inside. Sucky Stream gonna go down. Knive gonna get a good spray down on these guys. Gonna go and finish them off inside. Only one player, Holden, is left alive in the top. Frisbee gonna heal up at Knive, and Age of Defeat pushing around. Sucky Stream gonna go down. Holden might sees Anti-Knife go out. He's gonna be caught out a little bit. Oh, he's gonna try. Oh no, he was downstairs. Holden progressing. Age of Defeat, Anti-Knife gonna go down right there.
I don't know why you would re-push back inside there. That was a bad call in my opinion.
I don't think that was the correct play, but it was the play, and Ole Miss is going to go ahead and get that. Going to try and get a nice nade. Going to land a little bit outside. We're not able to connect with Team 20 Georgia Tech in there. Jeremy Ironboard from Penn State again. Look at a nice nade with Mibes right through that window. Is actually nope, not going to connect there. Whole wheat. Jeremy Ironboard not going to connect. Patapon and him going to go through the back door, and it's going to be.
I just heard a nade cook.
Oh, here it is. Nades in. Nades up.
This is never a good situation to be when you're on the bottom.
Oh. No. Oh, we'll see. Oh, Holy Pete meets him halfway. Gets one. Patapon waiting to see repeak. I wonder if he's going to go for the res here, but holy, they're going to scissor these guys. They actually did a really great play. They jumped outside and were able to connect. Holy. There he goes. Going to get a nice spray. Patapon going to do some good damage. Knives as well going to come in. Patapon gets one. It's now a 1v1 scenario. Oh, but his whole wheat is going to get 2 of them and go to res his friend right there.
Yeah, at that point, once you've already had the one down and you're just kind of tucked inside a building, you're just, you just got to kind of hope they make a mistake, and if they do make a mistake, you can capitalize on it, but if they don't, you're going to go down there.
Yep, that's exactly what we saw happen right there. Legolas, Georgia Southern pushing on 117. This is Westmore, the lone survivor from Oklahoma, who is still alive and well, full health, but Georgia Southern, 4 players, full health. 3 kills total on these guys so far. So yeah, 6 teams going into the 5th circle, I believe.
Meanwhile, Westmore just sitting there like, please leave me alone. Please walk away.
Just walk away. Don't even bother. I'm not here. They're too engaged with Fried Rice in Team 14 with
Mizzou.
Missouri, yep. Although Culpepper is nervous of that compound. Westmore is invisible to him currently.
You know, sometimes you wish these teams could see like what we see with the yellow outlines.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, well those are like straight up wall hacks. Real MDM gonna get Fried Rice there at the M4.
Although you kind of gotta wonder why they're still like looking at that building.
I think because it's in the zone and it's highly suspicious that somebody's
I don't
in there.
think it-
And it's
I
outside.
don't
Oh,
think
it's
it is in the
outside
zone.
actually.
Yeah, it's outside the zone.
Yeah, Westmore's edging in slowly closer. Look
I
at
don't
that.
think.
What
You see, can he stay in the zone inside that building? No, nope.
Maybe.
Nope.
Nope.
He's gonna have to push out, and he's gonna get killed by Georgia Southern here. That's gonna be it for Missouri.
Yeah, look at this. Just waiting for it. That nade come out.
Wait,
Yeah.
no, that was Oklahoma. Sorry.
Oklahoma,
That was
yeah. Yeah, wow. We're going to go take a look at Texas Tech. Wattler is down right now. Agent defeat from Ole Miss. Going to go ahead and finish him off, leaving Bingham and Shark alive. I believe there's one other player. I thought there was. 12 alive. 5 teams.
There's 2 over there, Bigham and Shark. Yeah.
I can fly Jake. Trying again. Team 14.
The lone survivor from Mizzou. I can
Yep.
fly Jake.
Trying to de-engage onto Georgia Tech. The 2 of them, Holby and Mibes.
Jake's not in a good position here. He only has 1 exit out of that building without taking zone damage, and Georgia Tech knows that. They can just sit there and wait for him to leave.
Curly 103 from Georgia Southern, looking at Texas Tech right now. Bigham tossing that frag grenade.
If he lands that nade,
That is a very hefty nade, and it's going to be a little bit short, but not terribly too short. Bigham and Sharp going to be pushing up on the hill right now. Going to hear it. Culpepper going to knock out Bigham, and then Curly 103 going to finish it off. Shark from Texas. That might be it for Texas Tech. No, actually, Shark is alive. Nope, not anymore. Culpepper going to get that finish off, leaving Texas Tech with a respectable 5th place finish. Georgia Southern wasting no time looking at Team 14, actually. We're going to take 2 teams out right there, one after another. Georgia Southern.
you've got Georgia Southern, Ole Miss, and I believe that's Georgia Tech over there still.
Well, this is
Colin.
different. Well, this is certainly different. We didn't see any of these teams in the top 3 last time.
Yeah.
Wondering who's going to... I'm going to, like, looking at Georgia Southern, they have all 4 players left alive. Ole Miss has 3 players left alive.
You got to think that Ole Miss has the most to lose. Well, has the most. Actually, no, they have the most to win here. They're second, right? Wait, second? I think they're
They are
second.
second right now, yep.
Yep. They are second right now, and they have 50 points to come up on UWash, and they could make up a lot of that ground right here because UWash got eliminated early this game.
Yeah, UWash and Kennesaw State, actually, going to mention, they were, I think, one of the first teams to go down.
Yeah.
And surprisingly enough, looking at Whole Wheat Pete right now, he's just trying anti-knife is right there. Holby just waiting for him to go straight down. He's going to go for it. The pan! Pan is overpowered. Knife actually going to go down. Whole Wheat Pete going to get turned in, down in turn. Age of defeat going to go ahead and defeat Whole Wheat Pete.
Hey, Pan save lives.
Pan saved lives, and you saw Ole Miss right there had his pan save his behind.
I mean, he went down, but, you know.
He went down, but for a while he baited enough shots for Mibes getting caught out here. Here's Georgia Southern catching him out. Oh, he's in a rough spot. Culpepper gonna get Mibes. Frisbee gonna get Whole Wheat Pete. Now is a fight between Georgia Southern, but Ole Miss is struggling with his zone, and Legolas is gonna get knife right there. Frisbee is gonna go down. Georgia Southern, real NVM gonna go down.
You got to think Georgia Southern's just going to kind of run away with it here.
They do. They definitely have the zone. They have 1 player. They have 1 person to kill, and they have all 4 alive. They just have to push. They know the relative area where defeat is down. Like, they know that team was over there, so he can't be terribly too far away.
They also did see him move down the hill, and they know that he's down below the crest of that hill.
Yeah, so, I mean, it's really just kind of shark bait at this point. So when are they going to see defeat or can defeat 1v4 the clutch? Who knows? I don't want to count anything out. You never know.
Never know.
Curly and
I mean, we saw Sergeant Samurai almost do it.
But looking like no. I mean, they're just spraying down bushes maybe at this point. Curly 103 though. There he goes. He gets caught out.
That was kind of an anticlimactic ending.
That was pretty anticlimactic, but an ending nonetheless. Congratulations to Georgia Southern for taking game number 2 of the Diamond Division. Culpepper with his
12 kills from them.
Yeah, what a commanding lead from these guys. Just a really great game. And then second place we had Ole Miss, third place Georgia Tech. Fourth place we had Missouri, and fifth place Texas Tech.
And I believe that's actually Georgia Southern's first win of the season.
I believe so. So congratulations to their first win for the season. A hard-fought and well-played victory for those guys. And a great try by everyone else tonight. Jeremy Ironboard and Patapoon from Penn State actually coming in 7th. with 5 kills. So a good finish for 2 guys, 1 who disconnected. And you see our Riverside coming in 9th place, and then in 12th place, Washington. As we scroll down, Kennesaw State 13th. So not a great finish for some of our top teams tonight. Or not for in the second game number 2. Game number 1, we saw them do very well. But game number 2 was different. Interesting.
Yeah.
Again, this is PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds. It's definitely, this kind of stuff can happen.
Oh yeah.
Though I won't say it won't hurt them terribly too much.
Well, great job from our Diamond division.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
And we will be back in about 50 minutes for the Emerald and Ruby games for this Sunday.
Are we doing Emerald first tonight?
I don't actually know yet which ones we are doing first. It would be 1 Ruby or Emerald first.
Yep. We'll be back with 1 from Emerald and 1 from Ruby, yet to be seen whether we will have either one first.
So until then, ladies and gentlemen, we will see you guys in a little bit. Thanks for tuning in.